In today's lesson, let's see how we can calculate spendable balance, total reserve, and how we can validate this script. That is, if the user is trying to send more XRP than what is present in his or her spendable balance. Here we are checking if the user account's total balance is less than the total reserve plus whatever he or she is trying to send. If the total balance is less than that, obviously we shouldn't send that transaction, right? So if it's still confusing, don't worry. We will be exploring this balance detail, that is knowing the XRP ledger's reserve requirements and calculating the total reserve on the account and calculating spendable balance. We shall see all these things so that this validation present on the main script is clear. Okay, we will create another script for that to avoid all the confusions. We will start from scratch. So let me create an instance of XRPL client, and also let's get connected to the same test network that our main script, which is index.ts, is connected to. So let me grab the WebSocket URL present here. Okay, so let's quickly write a method, and don't forget to call it. Since most of the RippleD methods are promises, let's use async await method here. We have already seen how to use the send method present on client. We shall use that to fetch account detail, and the command is account info. Remember, you shouldn't change the command here or anything here. It should be as it is. Okay, so we are fetching the account information of this account. You should input your own account here, that is our address. I'll input my R address here. So let me output the response sent back by RippleD. We have already seen this method. Think of this as a practice session again. Okay, so let me execute the script. So this is the balance, and this is the owner count for this R address, which is present inside the field account underscore data. So since we know the field name, let's directly fetch it. Now inside account data, we have balance field and then owner count. Check the spelling, the uppercase, lowercase. Once we do this, it's always better to run the script once to make sure everything is right, or else at a later stage, it's a bit cumbersome to change all the places where you have wrongly entered the field names. So this is the total balance, by the way, in drops. Remember, 1 XRP is 1 million drops. So this is total balance in drops. To convert it to XRP, divide it by 1 million, which gives total balance in XRP. But remember, if you try to send the total balance, which is the entire balance present on your account, to someone, the transaction would fail. You can only send as much XRP as your spendable balance and not the total balance. So let's see how we can calculate the actual spendable balance. But before that, we need to know the reserve requirement so that we can calculate the spendable balance. And reserve requirements are common to all the R addresses, that is all the active accounts on XRP ledger. Okay, so to fetch that, we have a different command and we need to get the information from that command. So let's write that. So we fetch the information from the server. I'll take a constant called server info because we are fetching the information from the server. And the command name is server info. We need not pass any account information here because this reserve requirement is common for all the accounts on XRP ledger. So let's output everything which Ripple D returns. Let me log this onto the console window. And this is the output. So we have a field called info, we need to get that. And inside that, we have a field, an object basically called validated ledger. This is what we are looking for, which has base fee. We will look after that in a separate video. The thing we need is reserve base XRP and reserve INC XRP. INC, I think it's incremental reserve. So we need these fields. So let us fetch it first. So we know it has the output has a field called info. Let's fetch that first. Instead of server underscore info, let's fetch the exact field dot validated ledger. Let me execute this. And inside this, we need these two fields, which is reserve underscore base XRP. Let me copy this. Let me log the base reserve. So this is base reserve as of now. So remember, you transferred 10 XRP to activate your account on XRP ledger. That's because 10 XRP is the base reserve as of now, okay? And it stays in your account, and you will get most of it back when you delete your account from XRP ledger. Now this is owner reserve, which is incremental by the way, and I'll show you how and why it's incremental. Let me even label it as incremental owner reserve. IMNTAL. Okay. So to avoid confusion, I guess we need to comment this line of code, and let's rerun the script. Okay, we have 0 owner count. This is the total balance of our account, and this is the base reserve as of now, and this is the owner reserve as of now. So make sure you check your output, because at the time of execution, the owner reserve and base reserve might have changed, okay? So to calculate total reserve, we need to use this formula, which is base reserve plus owner reserve into the owner count of the owner count present on your account, specific account. Okay, so the total reserve is the base reserve, which we fetch from the server, which is common to all the XRP ledger accounts. Oops. Let me put that inside bracket just for clarity, plus owner reserve. Never hard code these informations, because as of now we know base reserve is 10 XRP and incremental reserve, that is owner reserve, is 2 XRP, but still it's not good to hard code that, because it might change anytime based on voting, that is decentralized way of changing these reserves. So it's always good to have the formula here which calculates the exact total reserve. Okay, so now let's guess what's the total reserve on our account based on this formula. So the base reserve is 10 XRP plus owner reserve is 2 XRP, but the owner count is 0. So 10 plus 2 into 0 is 10. So our total reserve on our account is 10 XRP. So let's check that. So before executing the script once again, please check and calculate the owner reserve by yourself and cross check if the results are same. In our case, the result is accurate, that is the total reserve is 10 XRP as we calculated it. Okay, so with that, once we have total reserve on our account, we can easily calculate the spendable balance, that is the maximum amount of XRP you can send in any transaction. You can't send more than that. Okay, so let me have a constant called reserve and put the total reserve calculation in it. That would help calculate spendable balance in a cleaner way. So spendable balance is total balance minus total reserve. That would give you spendable balance. So where is the total balance? It's on our account, obviously. So make sure it's in XRP and not in drops. Okay, so you need to divide the balance information by 1 million. So the total balance in XRP minus the total reserve gives the exact spendable balance in XRP. So this is the exact maximum XRP you can send to anyone in any transaction. Okay, you can't send more than this XRP. Even though you have more XRP as total balance, you can't send that much XRP to anyone in any transaction. So you can only spend as much as XRP present in your spendable balance. Now let's alter the owner count and check the same information once again. So this is our account. We do not have any trust lines. So let me add a trust line here using sum. So each trust line or a DEX offer you adds an object associated with your account which counts towards your owner count. So now you have one trust line here which counts towards your owner count. So the next time you execute this script, your owner count will be 1 and not 0. Okay, so let's check that, and just don't look at what I'm doing because things are different on different accounts. So now as you can see, the owner count has been incremented by 1, and that's why use this total reserve calculation formula. The total reserve has incremented by 2 XRP and hence the spendable balance has decremented. Okay, now I'll add one more trust line which should increase the total reserve. That's why the name I wrote here was incremental owner reserve. Okay, now we have two trust lines. That's how the owner count should be 2 and not 1 now this time. Okay, so let's execute it. So as you can see, the owner count is 2 and the total reserve is 14 XRP and the spendable balance is around 45 XRP. Now let me remove one trust line and the owner count should reduce by 1 and you will get back the reserve of 2 XRP because you only removed one trust line. So you will get back the owner reserve equal to 1 owner count, which is 2 XRP, and your spendable balance would increase obviously. So let's check that. Now the owner count is 1 and total reserve is 12 XRP and the spendable balance is now 47 XRP. Just check the result of all these executions and you will clearly understand the difference between the total reserve, spendable balance and total balance, and how this base reserve and owner reserve and the owner count affects the total spendable balance on your account. And please do not just watch this video, please try this on your own account and it will be much more clearer than just watching what I'm doing. Okay, this is very basic and my understanding is you need to know this better. You shouldn't have any doubts about what is base reserve or owner count, and what is total balance and spendable balance. You should be very clear about these basic things before moving any further from here. Okay, hope this video brings that clarity. If you still don't understand it, please follow this video and try this on your own account and you will understand it.